We're having some power runs today. I like it.
Okay, welcome to the Sales and Customer Relations course. First of all, I want to tell you about my product, LyricLand. It's an app for artists where you can basically sell or buy artistic content like lyrics or even poetry. And if you like, you can follow your favorite artists and get daily motivational messages from them. Wouldn't it be nice to wake up to a very motivational message that just lights up your day? If you know someone that writes or likes poetry, or maybe you like it, you can sign up. But why we need to focus on sales so much? Let's take Joy Mangano's sales story. She was a mother of 3. She was just divorced and mopping the floor with a back-breaking mop, and she thought, oh my gosh, I want to make something that would make this everyday life easier. And she made a mop that is really easy to use. In first year, she invested $10,000 for 100 mops, and in the first year, she sold 1,000 mops. And then she thought, I want to go on a television, make a commercial, and she insisted that she wants to be the one that makes the commercial. And in less than 13 minutes, she made 18,000 mop sales. That's how important sales are. But my deliverable is to get sales for my product or service, or just spread awareness about LyricLand. And my KPI is to make 50 sales calls, and special KPI to make 10 sales. That is 1 sale for 5 people. And this is the overview of my presentation. Tips I tried to focus on were: put your clients in the situation, show them how this product could make their everyday life easier, make them curious about the product. Don't make this intrigue how this product could solve their everyday life, and give them several options what they could like, either to sell or buy or get these messages, or go into artists forum and speak with other artists. Find a good time to call, because sometimes people are in job or in school. Also, obviously, don't call them in the middle of the night. Calls are a dialogue, not a monologue. You have to listen carefully, because sometimes people can give you tips. Even if they don't like the product, they can tell you how it could be better or why they don't like it, and you can really take these tips. Now let's start making calls. First, I got contacts and numbers from my niche audience. Most of them were friends or people I know who write, and I also asked them for people they might know who would be interested, and through online looking for poetry events, community groups, and artistic profiles, following lists. And it's important to build trust with customers. Even if they're not interested, they might know people who are. And then preparing my sales pitch of my product. So I made also a conversation blueprint. Understand the person's interests first, like ask if they are interested in writing, or maybe they would like to get these messages. Make reassuring questions like, wouldn't it be nice to sell your work and maybe earn something? And analyzing person's responses, because what I understood, I had this conversation blueprint, but every conversation went different directions, so you just have to adjust to each person. And telling the idea, don't be afraid to tell your idea, because as I listened to one podcast of one famous podcast of a CEO, he said, don't be afraid to tell your idea. If someone steals it, then they deserve to have it. So I just went with it. I told what my product does. And third phase is actually making the calls and analyzing each conversation. And find ways to improve and add sales to the database. My approach to sales were add people to the cart. So basically, for now, I made just like a Google Sheet, and I called around 25 people and texted around 5 people more. I got 16 emails together and 3 people to reapproach. So I did my special KPI, which was to get 10 people. I got 16. And next steps is get more contacts from people from education around art, like Multimedia Academy, or other places like Gunta school, and go to a poetry events and library events to find more people who would be interested, have a talk with them. But my reflections, it's some people didn't want to really trust with the emails, like what would I really do with them. I explained that when the app launches, you would get notified that you can try it out. Each person needs a different approach, as I said. These conversations go different directions. They varied from 2 to 6 minutes. And building trust with customers, not being afraid to speak about the product, and getting over rejection and keep calling, because there are people that really said that they're not interested or they're busy, and why am I even calling them, because I made few cold calls as well from my friends to other people. And your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning, because each time I get some very good insights. Thank you. Any
Anyone want to jump in
questions?
first?
Yanis, maybe. Oh, Carlos had hand up.
No, why not?
All right, hallucinating am I. Jani, maybe you have feedback or?
Jā, čau.
Čau.
Nu, ļoti forši atkal līdzīgi kā iepriekšējām prezentētājām bija tas mācīšanās process un skaists lietas sarakstīts par mācīšanos un par pieredzi, un tas, ko es novēlu pēc šīs prezentācijas, lai tad tā pieredze var iet roku rokā ar mācīšanos, jo bez darīšanas, bez tās zvanīšanas, nu, jau šeit sarakstījusies visādas kopiņas smukas, bet bez tās darīšanas tur nekas nesanāks. Un tad galvenais ir nekad nepadoties, ja vienmēr turpināt piecelties, nesanāk, jo tikpat skaists kotiņš ir, nav jau grūti palikt motivētam dienās, kad tev viss izdodas, ja, bet ieradums, šīs lietas, pie kurām šobrīd strādājat, šie ieradumi turpināt strādāt, tāpēc man prieks, ka izdevušies arī veiksmīgie zvani, tad ir sanākuši arī ēpasti. Un ir diezgan grūti šos visus jūs produktus mērīt pēc vienas mērātas, jo ir produkti, ir pakāpojumi un dažādas lietas, tāpēc noteikti nevajag skatīties, kā veicās kolēģiem, tad skatīties tikai un vienīgi uz to, ko tu pati var uzlabot. Tad, ja tev ir vislabākie zvani, nozīmē, ka tu tāpatās vari vēl labāk un vēl labāk un vēl labāk. Tāpēc to es arī to novēlu. Paldies.
Paldies.
Yeah, I will add additional on Yanis. I like the example you used for this Joy, Mangaro. That was just kind of tripping in the word, because it kind of, what I heard at the beginning was, she was just the worst, but you said just the worst. So kind of for me, she was just the worst. I was going, what? But it was maybe like a good hook. It's kind of, but then I got it, just the worst. All right. It's just something to think. I like that you're still keeping and upgrading your opening slide, which is good. You had like in a short moment you were trying to still explain what it is that you're building there. And the only thing, maybe I would like to know more about your insight, and maybe how would you challenge this insight you have on find a good time to call. How would you challenge yourself on this insight?
Usually, I noticed it's best to call around 4, because then people are, like most people that I call are either students or in school. And probably don't call them on Friday evenings or Saturday, Sundays. They are sometimes Saturdays, but mostly people want to spend their free time not thinking about anything else, or they're busy. So I found the best time to call is around 4, because then I get the least rejections, because those calls I made, like 1/3 of them I had to reschedule.
Mm-hmm. So it's good that you said that, because the only answer to this question is not when is the good time to call, but the good time to call is when someone tells you when you should call them, because you called and asked, hey, when can we have a conversation? That's the only, the rest would be, doesn't even matter. You could call me in 3 a.m. and I will tell, nope, call me tomorrow. And I will tell you when you call.
That was also the moment when I used the approach where I gave them 2 times, and each time they gave me like a specific time they can call me.
Right.
Because if I said, oh, okay, call me when you can, they usually don't.
Of course they don't.
Yeah.
But
so
you ask when you will call.
that was a very good tip from this course, that take 2 times.
Because this is not just for you, but anyone else. When you still, because that's your kind of excuse zone. When you think, when is the best time to call? You call and you ask, when should I call you? And that's the only approach that will solve this excuse all of you probably having also in your heads once in a while. All right.
Yeah.
Gracias. Really good.
Thank you.
Wait.
The first slide, I was a bit confused when you said you should sign up, and there was also like App Store logos, and I actually checked in App Store, is there like a LyricLand already? That was just confusing to me, but it's, yeah.
Why did you add it? Just mail it? Or?
I wanted to say, reach out to me and I'll sign you up. I wanted to say somehow like that. I don't know.
So you're just getting ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to improve my pitches when it launches, so it wasn't that much of a discourse. Yeah. Robert?
Small thing. I still provide free consultation for spelling mistakes. So please use it next time, because there was a slide where all the points had mistakes, and I was like, sheesh.
Grammarly also does that in English.
I use Grammarly too. I'm kind of convinced I'm a little bit dyslexic because I
This
never
is-
find these mistakes.
This
like
is the
when
moment
someone
where you just kind of,
This is Japanese moment.
where you just
Yeah,
accept.
just
you
nod.
just,
Okay.
yes, you accept. This is where you lost.
Thank
This
you, Robert.
battle is lost.
But, thank you.